This video is an extract from the Too Long Didn't Read podcast. There's a link to the full episode down below, or you can just find the podcast in your app of choice by searching for Too Long Didn't Read.
Oh, okay, quick. I'll go for super
Quick fire. Here we go.
Rant.
Final fire.
I'm sorry, guys.
No.
Super quick rant. It'll be 2 seconds. The thing at the moment is that obviously there's this tension between what the UK wants and the EU wants. I think most of it comes down to essentially regulations, and that the EU wants level playing field.
You really are going quick.
Yeah, really are.
Okay,
I'm just going to get it all completely out of the way. EU wants level playing field, and the UK what's called non-regression, which means we're not going to go back from what we've currently got, but if you go up, we're not going to come up with you. Yeah.
Okay.
So at the moment, that's one of the big tension points. There's a whole load of other stuff. You would have seen at the moment there was an article in the Telegraph about how the UK, Boris Johnson stopped the Department for Health from committing to staying with the EU's pandemic protocol.
Okay.
So the EU has a pandemic protocol where they all cooperate with each other, and it's called like an early warning system or something like that. Anyway, Matt Hancock obviously said we should be getting involved, staying with this. Look at the coronavirus, like this makes sense.
Right now, it seems like an appropriate time.
And Johnson thought that it, or whoever it is in the government, thought that this would be giving too much leverage to the EU.
Wow.
So they said, no, we're not going to commit to staying with this. Potentially staying out of like a mutual pandemic response, which would save lives.
Yeah.
Just so that we can make sure we have enough Brexit leverage to get the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe that's mad, maybe that's not mad. That's what the government's chosen to do. I think it's a bit controversial.
Yeah.
But more generally, there is this massive disconnect between what the two sides want. And I think confusion is actually easily explained, because I think that essentially the EU's thinking is we are the bigger party.
Yeah.
We can do this. The UK's thinking is you guys have got elections a lot sooner than we do.
Sure.
So we're also going to play hardball.
Yeah.
And I think the UK is right, actually. I think the UK wins that one because, like Macron has an election coming up in the next couple of years.
Yeah. And in Germany too.
Exactly, and Boris Johnson has 4 years. If we crash out on a no deal, Boris Johnson has 4 years to clean it up. The rest of the EU does not have that time or their political luxury.
That's getting cut out.
I'm happy to.
Okay, I'll decide.
I'm happy to.
I'll decide
in
post.
Anyway,
Cut it.
If you want a deal out of this, you actually, what did he say?
Cut it.
Cut it. If you want a deal to come out of this, almost paradoxically, you should want them to have the shit fuck of all arguments straight off the mark.
Yeah.
Because there's no way of reconciling these two things at the moment. There's no way of reconciling the sort of like massive divergence Canada style thing that the UK wants, and the sort of Norway-ish we're going to be mates that the EU wants, and we're going to ECJ you and shit like that. So if you want a deal to come out of this, you want to find some common ground. You want them to get that out of their systems like immediately, because otherwise, this is looking.
We don't have time for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more and more likely at the moment we're heading straight for a no deal.
Yeah.
Because both sides think the other will chicken out first for different reasons. Anyway, let's move on. That was my little rant.
Well, they've even said, I mean, it's worth talking about the fact that the UK is allegedly willing to walk away from negotiations in summer.
Yeah.
And their current statement basically is that if they don't have like everything kind of sorted by June, and it's not possible that will all get signed off by September, then they're willing to decide if the UK would be better spending its time.
Such a sassy letter.
I know. Better spending its time like handling with domestic
things.
issues.
Yeah.
So to like make sure we're ready for a no deal rather than trying to get a deal. Who knows whether that actually sticks to that? Is that just a point in the negotiating documents? Is it a genuine threat? It's kind of hard to tell at this point. But it's interesting that the UK is even toying with the idea of giving up on negotiations, which is something that was hard to see the May government doing.
Yeah. I thought we should have talked about this. This is definitely worth talking about.
You enjoyed this?
Yeah, I just think it's mad that we're actually going to end up, like everyone said Brexit is done. It's
still
so
get
likely
no
we're going to get a no deal now. It's completely nuts. And also, there's going to be no parliamentary recourse. Like they can't cancel Article 50 this time round.
No,
you're just going to have
happened.
to, you jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
Bang.
31st of December.
Yeah, wild. So I think, and also we did a video on this.
Promo.
And they didn't think it got enough traction. Like, people really should be more aware of how real the threat is of no deal.
Find the full episode of this podcast linked down below, or simply by searching for Too Long Didn't Read in your podcast app of choice. Also, find more clips on this channel, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time we release a video.